Hi, my name is Sleepless Authoress. I am a poet and a writer, and I'm going to be reading some motivational poems to you. I want this to be really relaxing, so I've got some candles burning, and I hope you enjoy. I've been writing for a long time. It's only in the last year or two that I've really gotten into writing motivational poetry. But I feel like it's probably one of the most important tones that we can take in poetry, and one of the most important goals that we can put behind poetry. If there's anything that we all need in life more, it's a little bit of motivation, inspiration, and happiness. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. I have 5 motivational poems to get you through the day. So, number 1 is called Recharging. I put garbage into my body, and for some odd reason, I still think I'll get something better, emerging, growing, to come forth out of it. This is the logic in not taking care of yourself. This piece is pretty straightforward, but I know that self-care is something that I've always struggled with, but it's also something that I'm eager to practice more. This next poem is called Finding Your Path. I've fallen into gullies, I've tumbled down mountains. I've found myself in the filthiest of alleys, filled with trash, filled with the scent of rot that my mind has made for me. But now I see something else. I see something more. I think I can have the audacity to believe I've found my right way. We all end up exactly where we're meant to be. So, sadly, you don't know this from me reciting it, but the second to last line, I've found my right way. I spelled that out as W-R-I-T-E rather than R-I-G-H-T. Because as an author, for me, the right way is always the writing way. Moving onward, this one is a little more general. The title is Building a Bridge to More. 34 muscles govern the movement of your hands. 48 nerves grant you sensation from your hands. This is precisely why you can make anything with your 2 hands. It's a shorter poem, this one, but whether you're a writer, an artist, a blue-collar worker, a white-collar worker, a mother or father, whatever you define yourself as, there's so much that you can do with your 2 hands. I kind of had some fun researching this one. So it is true that you have 34 muscles and 48 nerves, or nerve endings rather. So let's keep going. I've got 2 more for you guys. The next one is An Overlooked Melody. There is music in the jumble of voices, morning conversations preceding the day, the sound of coffee beans being ground to bits, the rich scent of brewed coffee tickling my senses ever so slightly. This is the modern metropolitan form of peace. So it's kind of funny. In September 2018, we're going back a bit, I started getting up 2 to 3 hours early before I needed to get up for work, so that way I had more time to write. And I would often go to coffee shops, and I would hear these sounds, and I would always think to myself, this is the sound of peace and quiet now, in a strange way. It's not very quiet at all, but it's so peaceful in a way. So I always found that environment very motivational. So here's the last one. It's called In Moments of Weakness. If there's no one to hold you, embrace yourself. You have the strength to hold on to you. You always did, and you always do. There's a lot of strength in each one of us, but sometimes, even though it's there, we don't tap into it, or we don't know to tap into it. So that's kind of what I wanted to address in this piece. It's on the shorter side, but I feel like it's the kind of sentiment that you don't need a whole lot of words to properly explain. So with all that said, in both verse and just me chatting about these little poems of mine, I wish you all the strength and the best that you can muster to get through your week. I hope that these helped to boost up your motivation a little bit. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you next time.